Good morning, Top Fan Rivalry followers, on a Monday morning. We are so excited to have you on. You get a little treat today because I got Suzy back on, but not only do you get Suzy audio version, you get Baseball Suzy video version too, because this is going to be on YouTube. So if you're listening to this online, go to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the Top Fan Rivalry YouTube channel, and watch post Baseball Suzy. She has a pre-baseball Suzy and a baseball Suzy. And so, baseball Suzy, hello, welcome to Monday. How are you?
I am doing wonderfully, Bill. Thank you so much for having me on again. I really appreciate it.
Hey, I appreciate having you on. You cracked me up. I enjoy our conversations on and offline, um, which we're going to talk about at the end of this. So, first and foremost, let's talk a little Astros baseball. You guys have a new manager. What do you think?
Josue Espada, otherwise known as Joe Espada. We have loved Joe for the last 6 years since he's been here as our bench coach. A waiting game per se for him. We thought that maybe he would step up last season before Dusty, and Dusty said, if we won one, might as well win two. So Joe is our manager now, and I am absolutely thrilled that he and Dana Brown, our general manager, will be working hand in hand. And I feel like maybe we'll work a little bit better with the front office. So I'm thrilled.
I heard that. I've heard that a lot from Astro fans. I was just in Houston, I don't know, 10 days or so ago, and I heard a lot from Astro fans, and everybody seems to have the same sentiment. They're very excited about this dude. What makes him a little different than what you've seen in the past with Dusty, and what do you like about him?
I think the fact that he is a little bit more analytically driven, yet will still kind of work with the player, kind of, gut feeling reaction, yet will look at the data and say, "Hey, maybe this veteran player, maybe this young rookie will be a better choice. Maybe that can help us win a couple more games." And it was so funny that in his presser when he was introduced, the statement was made, that he was going to put the best field or the best players on the field. And the fact that I had to snippet that and put that on Twitter and rejoice, I I was absolutely thrilled that, that statement could get me so excited because what a novel idea, putting the best players on the field. Like, is that how you win baseball games? I wasn't aware. I didn't know.
I saw that you did that, and it cracked me up because I I felt the undertone sarcasm portion of it, which I loved. For those of you that haven't listened to Bourbon and Baseball Pod, Suzy does have a little bit of a sarcastic side to her, just a small smidgen. She doesn't really get sarcastic, but I felt the sarcasm. It was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I am 1000% very, very serious. Nothing I say is ever actually sarcastic. And I'm a wallflower, so that's all very, very true statements. Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. So tell me about, so I could go on for days about that. All right. So tell me about free agency. Who do you want? Who do you hope they don't chase after? Yada, 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 yada. All the awards are out now. So tell me about your thoughts.
Well, one definite hole that we have to fill is backup catcher. And it was said that, that Yainer Diaz, our young rookie catcher that has just been electric, will be our everyday catcher. And finding a veteran backup catcher that knows is paramount. And so I would love, like in my heart of hearts, I would love Mitch Garver. 1000%. He could be catcher, DH. He's got that veteran presence. He is a great offensive bat. I mean, he was batting fifth for, the excuse me, while I have to clear my throat and swallow my pride,
Yeah.
say the, World Series winning Texas Rangers, so the fact that, when he wasn't catching, now granted he didn't catch any of the, postseason games, but he was their DH. There's very few quote unquote catchers that that teams slot in to be their DH. So, um, that's who I would absolutely love. I don't think that's actually going to happen. This is his first free agency year. So the man is going to try and get paid, and I don't think that the team is going to pay the amount that he deserves. And, that's a little sad. So the other names that are kind of floating around, Gary Sanchez, that is hit or miss with, the Astros crowd. But a really under the radar name that I absolutely would love is Tom Murphy, backup catcher for the Seattle Mariners. And he's got that kind of veteran presence. He's been around the league. Um, I think last season he had like a WRC plus of like 123. And, the fact that he already has played that backup role to a younger rookie, he's comfortable. He's not a detriment in the lineup, and I think it could kind of be a sneaky under the radar signing because everyone's like, "Who is Tom Murphy?" That's not a name that we know.
Mhm, mhm. No, I 100% agree with you. And so that's a good call because, by the way, we'll give you Austin Barnes from the Dodgers. Um, you can have him. We're not even gonna argue with you. Here you go. Enjoy.
Well,
Um,
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
I'm like the Jelly of the Month Club. I'm the gift that just keeps on giving. And so, yeah, but I don't know that the Astro fans are going to take any kinder to somebody like an Austin Barnes over Gary Sanchez.
Well,
Just
Gary Sanchez is Blake Snell's personal catcher, so
yeah, you
winning
mean Cy Young
two
Award winner Blake
two
Snow?
two-time Cy Young Award winner Blake Snell. Now don't look at the seasons in between those Cy Young years. We won't talk about those, but just,
So let me ask you this, just a side note outside of Astro baseball. Did
Mhm.
you think that Spencer Stash got snubbed on that one?
I don't think so. I don't think
Really?
so. Um, I mean, if you just look at the numbers and record alone from just last season, I think Blake Snell won it. Now, he leaned into that whole I'm not a strikeout artist, I'm going to walk people. And if he can put guys on, but not let them score, and it's been proven time and time again that that is what he can do, that he's able to do that, then go for it. I mean, as long as everybody's on the same page, as long as his defense is on the same page and realizes that that's what's going to happen, go for it. I think Spencer Strider will have multiple Cy Youngs in his future as well, but, he really only has, like, the 2 main pitches, and if his fastball isn't on, he's gonna get hammered, hence why he got hammered some of the games. Now, when his fastball is working, you're not gonna hit him. It's not a thing. I think if he can get a couple more pitches that he can throw with a little bit more, um, I don't even know what the word I'm trying to say is. Regularity, there we go. I think he will be a lock for multiple Cy Youngs.
Can we
That's not
just
a
get him a pair of pants that fit so it doesn't look like he has a wedgie and we're staring at him having a wedgie?
Sir, I think his medium pants are totally fine. I mean, that is his prerogative, and, drop the quad workout, sir, because that would be amazing. I don't understand how
Yeah,
one's quads are as big around as they are, but, medium pants, it's a whole look.
maybe he should drop the quad workout and teach it to Fernando Tatis.
Maybe, but his quad workout is quite awesome as well, so he's Fernando Tatis Jr., also a member of the Schmedium Pants Club.
Hmm. Well, this derailed, so we'll go back to the Astros.
By all means, Bill,
I'm just
you're
messing.
driving this. We can talk
I'm
about Schmedium Pants all day.
listen. As much fun as that would be, there's no upside for me in that. I to me, I look at it, I'm going, all right. I mean, it's kind of like when your boy before the pitch clock existed, your boy Farmer, I would go make dinner in between his pitches because I had 15 or 20 minutes,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And so there's no upside. I mean, we can have fun with this all day long.
That's fine. That's fine. We can do that.
There you go. So free agency, who do you like? Who do you not like
Well,
besides the backup catcher?
the backup catcher really is our only quote unquote hole.
Okay.
Now you will find some members of Astros Twitter that say that we need to go find a left fielder. I think the outfield carousel that we had last season was a detriment to Chas McCormick and Jake Myers and Mauricio Dubon and Corey Julks. The fact that those guys really didn't know where they were going to play, if they were going to play, and how often they were going to play, I think kind of derailed all of them, except for Mauricio Dubon. um, but the fact that like Mauricio Dubon, our utility infielder, was the quote unquote most trusted center fielder in the playoffs just was kind of mind boggling to me. So I think if we just, if we let Chas cook, let Chas McCormick cook in center field, all okay, just let him. He's earned that right. I think with some regular playing time, I think Jake Myers could be a very very serviceable, left field out there, or a marriage of Chas and Jake, center field, left field. If Jordan isn't playing, let him cook, guys. Let him cook. I honestly believe that the fact that Jake didn't get to play that often, you I mean, I say that as the most, non-athletic person ever, but that's what I've been told. That's what I've been told, that, if you don't use your athletic ability, you can't time up balls very well, you're not gonna be able to hit them. So, I think
We're
if, you know, we keep Jake and Chaz and, Mauricio Dubon can fill in when needs be. But honestly, I would love to see Mauricio Dubon give Jose Altuve a couple of days rest at second.
Yeah,
Like that would in Altuve at DH, put Jordan in left, and then, let Chaz cook.
yeah. And that's a good breakdown because honestly, people don't realize how old Altuve is. He's in his 30s now. He's going to start needing days off. He's going to need to start DHing. And so that's a good call. I like that. I like that a lot. Don't be fooled by the fact that he looks 23. He's not 23.
He's not.
And
He's not. I mean, the fact that he is, a Keebler elf, that does not um equate anything to his height. Okay, I'm 5'2". I'm 5'2", but I am 41. So it's, height is
yes.
not indicative of age, guys.
Yeah. So now you said you had no athletic ability. You must be the mathematician. Just kidding.
Nope, nope, wrong Asian there, Bill. You're on strike two, sir. Strike two.
You, I, everybody, if you listen to our first podcast, you know that she said that before, so you know that I set that up perfectly. Okay, 2024 outlook. So if you are pulling the strings at this point and you got everything that you want or everything that you feel that they need, what's your outlook for the Astros? And I'm setting this question up this way. Okay. I've had a number of conversations with Astro fans, and then sports enthusiasts overall. And they feel that the Astros are at that sweet spot where it can continue to grow, but they need to continue to bring up younger players because Altuve, Breckman, some of these guys are starting to get older, and their time is going to be shortening a little bit. So what's your outlook for 2024?
considering that, most of our bats are still there, I mean, I don't think anybody has left besides, Maldi, Michael Brantley, and, 3 of our relief pitchers. So, the lineup next season, I think, will look very similar to what it has been this season. There is a couple of guys in our minor leagues that are we'll see them probably in spring training. Kennedy Corona, who was just, protected from the Rule 5 draft, won the minor league Gold Glove Award, and he's a center fielder, I want to say for the Corpus Christi Hooks right now. Amazing, amazing defensive capabilities. I think there's a little bit of a hole in his swing, but he's young. I wanna say he's, like, 23, and I think with, some time and some maturity, that will be fixed. Will Wagner, son of, Billy Wagner, is can play some third, can play some short, can play some second. I think you will also see him in spring training as well. And, you know, for as much as the Astros farm system is lauded and as this, "Oh my gosh, they're, the almost the second to worst farm system in the league, blah, blah," who churn out top 5 rookie of the year voters, getters. We are still all of the players that have come up through the system have filled in, and people are like, "Wait, I'm sorry, where did you come from? How do we not know about you?" I think the fact that none of our quote unquote prospects are on like prospects to watch lists. Don't take all of that with a grain of salt. Astros fans, take that all of that with a grain of salt. Granted, it doesn't look great, but the underlying metrics are fabulous. Someone shared a tweet with me the other day, and I wanna actually pull it up before I misrepresent it. And it was basically one of our minor league coaches that shared this, and it basically said that our farm system is our players are pretty flippin' good. So this tweet comes from Andrew Cressy, and he is the minor league hitting coach. I want to say minor league hitting coach, and he used to be a former hitting instructor at Driveline. And if you guys don't know what Driveline is, it's basically a hitting school that players can go to, off season, whatnot. His tweet says, "Couldn't be prouder of the work these guys put in en route to a huge offensive season with a complex leading 53 bombs, highlighting ground ball percentage versus exit velo, and
For those of you on, we might have just lost Suzy here. Hopefully, we'll get her back in a second. But she was mentioning the she was mentioning the difference in the minor league system. So she's coming back on right now. There we are. Are you there?
sorry about that. And yes, I'm
Yeah.
here. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So I was just saying to everybody that we had a little mishap and you were reading a tweet about the minor league system. You were saying that these guys are pretty good.
Yes. Basically, the ground ball percentage, we're number one in not grounding out and hitting the ball hard and home runs. So never fear, guys. Never fear. Even
Never
though,
fear.
the big publications are saying, well, the Astros farm system sucks, blah, blah, blah. Listen
No,
to him.
no, no, no. The A's farm system does, not the Astros. Okay, so Suzy, I enjoy having you on. I love, your perspective of things. You can take it as well as give it, which is awesome. You don't find that very much. I have loved your podcast. I do watch you on Instagram. It's a lot of fun for those of you, excuse me, listening to this. She can be found at Bourbon and Baseball Pod, which is a lot of fun. She interviews a lot of people. Probably on her show, I don't know that I'd watch it with your kids in the room unless you want them to learn a few ways to say different things. Is that a safe
Yeah.
way to say that, Susie?
Yeah, a good way that I put it is that is on my show, Rated R Suzy. Uh, we always try and give the warning out at the beginning of the show. That is I am Rated R Suzy on Bourbon and Baseball.
Yes.
Typically when I go and guest on other shows, that is PG/PG-13 Suzy. So just,
Yeah.
be forewarned.
It's it's actually funny for I'm gonna say this in Texas when y'all watched her show. How'd I do? Y'all, I did pretty good, right?
Very
When
yes,
y'all
very
watch
well.
her show, don't be eating or drinking anything because you're gonna hear some stuff that are gonna make you laugh. And I've swallowed hard a couple of times on my snacks when I'm listening to your show. You had an episode recently on with somebody that has the same last name as I do, and I was cracking up. You two girls just going back and forth. And I'm like, man, I would have been a fly on the wall to see this thing filmed. It was great. That being said, uh, should we team up and do this on occasion between Top Fan Rivalry and Bourbon and Baseball Pod? Do you think we should do this? Talk Astros?
I mean, I'm gonna have to check my very, very busy, lucrative podcast schedule, but, I think I can squeeze you in, Bill. I think, the, whopping $0 I make from podcasting, I think I can fit that in. I think I can make that work.
Well, maybe we'll change that whopping $0, but I think we can squeeze it in.
I can
So,
I will definitely, I'll think about it, and, I think I'm good. Yeah, yeah, we can
yeah,
definitely do a show together, Bill. I would love that.
awesome. So, Top Fan Rivalry followers, for those of you listening, Susie and I are going to do a show together. The way it's going to roll, and so that you are aware of this, the way it's going to roll is for the first several episodes, probably the first half a dozen episodes, they'll be on YouTube, okay, exclusively on YouTube. And I would ask you to not only subscribe to Top Fan Rivalry on YouTube, but subscribe to Bourbon and Baseball Pod. Susie does an excellent job with her stuff. Like I said, or like she said herself, she's rated R Susie on those. Just be prepared. But go check her out there. And then after that, we'll start putting them in the locker room. For those of you that have locker room access, you'll be able to see it, hear it. And when we're in Houston next time, we're going to make sure that Susie and I have a chance to maybe even record a podcast together or do something fun. But yeah, it's exciting times, Susie. I love bouncing back and forth off you, and like I said, you give it to people as much as you can take it, and that's what makes you awesome, and your show's awesome. I've watched your numbers increase, and this for those of you listening to this Top Fan Rivalry followers, I'm going to do 10 exclusive podcasts this year, and Susie's one of them. So I'm excited to be partnering up with you on this, Susie. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm thrilled. I'm super excited. I have a condensed PG/PG-13 Suzy. So, if you enjoy this content, but you want a little bit more Astros related slash baseball related content, over on Bourbon and Baseball, I've got two different co-hosts. I have Kelsey, that we will be doing a once a week show covering all of the baseball teams, all of the information. And now she is a Cardinals fan. We will forgive her for that. It's a less of a sin than a Dodgers or Yankees fan, but we
Whoa,
will
whoa,
allow it.
whoa, whoa.
But no, Kelsey is great, and if you've listened to me at all, you know that the whole reason I started podcasting was basically to have another female voice chatting about baseball and, not teaching me, but, educating me on various things about baseball because we have a little bit of a different take on things. And so, like I said, that'll be once a week. Typically, we'll record on Sunday days, so that'll balls. And then during the season and kind of well, in the off season, my co-host will be Tom for all of the Astros related stuff. And if you enjoy, like a bite size PG 13 Susie over here, you can join us over there on Bourbon and Baseball for longer Astros content and a more rated R adult version, not like that kind of adult, but like, language and whatnot, adult Susie content. And so in the off season, basically any like breaking Astros news, Tom will record. But during the season, we will be recording once per series, and so that'll be multiple series. That's not a
Mm,
word. Multiple
okay.
series, multiple episodes during the season, and then once a week with Kelsey.
Awesome. Awesome. And so again, for you listening to this Top Fan Rivalry followers, I very much think you should go over and take a listen. Like I said, I've listened to several of her episodes. She's fair warning you, but they're fun. And there's nothing that is inappropriate as far as she doesn't, say, "Oh, gee, I hope this person gets run over," or anything like that. It's just
Oh, gotcha.
her slant on it. It's a lot of fun. So I mean, some people will say stuff and they'll do it for just straight up shock value. That's not Susie. She's going to justify what she says. So I love it. So Susie, thank you for joining me today. On I look forward to the results that we get on this, listening to it, and I look forward to seeing what we can do with our show. This will be a lot of fun. So
I'm super excited.
thank thank you all, and thanks for listening. Make
I can't
sure
wait talking to you every week, Bill.
I know exactly. And again, I can't say this enough. Top Fan Rivalry followers, make sure that you're following Susie on her YouTube channel. Okay. And enjoy Monday. Stay out of trouble.
Hooray!